Hi, my name is Sherilyn Dorsey, creator and founder of You're More Than Their Mother, and I teach moms and women to reclaim, realign, and rebalance their lives and to go after their dreams. So I think this one I entitled When They Go Low. When They Go Low. And it's really a play on something that former First Lady Michelle Obama said in a speech that she did. I think it was when she was helping Hillary campaign in 17. So, but she said, when they go low, we go high, right? And I know in theory that sounds amazing, and it can be used as a sound bite, right? And it can get you all riled up saying, yes, that's what I'm talking about, because theoretically it's very easy to do when we think about. But when it happens to us in real life, and when I say it, meaning something to the contrast, whatever that may be to you that's not so good, when that happens, in particular when it involves another person, it can be difficult sometimes to go high, right? To take the high road in things, because I know, at least for me, for a very long time, my manual setting was, I'm sorry, not my manual setting, but my automatic setting was, you get me, I'm getting you. You get on my nerves, I'm coming for you. You come for me, I'm coming for you, right? I just kind of had that tit for tat attitude. And I'm so thankful to time and wisdom that has happened for me, because what I realized is that doing that all the time is not helpful. It's not helpful for me, and it's not helpful really for the situation that I'm in usually. But most importantly, for me, it is just important for me to understand and realize that in those moments, as I say many times, and as I think and as I theoretically believe, that we can't control anyone else's reaction, what anyone else does. All we can do is control our own reaction. And in that moment, I have an opportunity to control my action. And what I realize, the best possible outcome for me, in most instances, is to, quote, go high. So now let's just bring this in layman's terms, right? So we can all get on the same page. When someone does something that you think is betrayal, right? Someone that you feel like it has betrayed you, or someone who you feel like is antagonizing you, or they are passive aggressive at you, right? And you see that. Well, one of the first things we do, and this is really a popular buzzword going around, at least right now, one of the things we want to do is get petty right with them, right? And I definitely know, because I absolutely can be that way. I have to manually turn it off, because again, remember, I was set to, I would go in my default mode, and my default mode was to basically get back at you, get under your skin like you got under my skin, right? But again, with age and wisdom, as I realize when people do that, it's really a reflection on them. And I really have decided, it's been a short while now in my life. And when I say a short while, I mean within the last 5 to 7 years. And I'm 43, so that's a short while now for me. That time frame would be considered a short while. What I realize now is I'm always considering what I contributed to that moment. Now, for me, it doesn't let me off the hook of it, and let that person off the hook for mistreating me, right? And I won't sit and engage that, and it's not that I won't stop it, right? But what happens is I'm always looking for an opportunity to communicate, right? So if the opportunity avails itself, where I'm able to defuse a situation, to be able to say, well, hold on, your comment is making me feel like, right? Because I can't tell them what they meant or what they said, but I can tell them how I feel about it, which is really the issue that I have with any situation that I consider contrasts with me. When I tell them that, I open up the communication. I create a space for them to be able to tell me what that means, and if that was their intention, and all of that kind of stuff, to really just flesh out what's happening here in a way that works for us both. So you don't get to come in my face. You don't get to point. You don't get to yell, all that kind of stuff. But if we can have a civil dialogue, I'm all for extending out a conversation to see if there's something that we can work out. And for me, working out doesn't mean that we'll both agree on the same thing or that we'll end up being friends. Working out can literally mean that I understand what you're saying and I don't want to be friends with you anymore, or I don't want to talk to you anymore. That's okay. That's okay. I just want us to understand that removing the I just want us to understand that going high doesn't mean that we can't separate ourselves from them, retract from them, get them all the way out of our lives for good, for a time. That doesn't mean that we're going to take away the negative connotation that comes with that, because oftentimes we feel like when they go high, when we think of that phrase or we have to use it in a practical situation, we don't want anyone to feel like they got the one up on us. But remember, it's not about them. It's really only about you and how you respond and take a situation. And if for you, the situation says, after you've heard what you needed to hear in order to come to this decision, if that situation dictates to you that this relationship is not, it cannot be salvaged, so be it. So be it. Be okay with it. Be okay with it. So think about that and tell me your thoughts. Tell me if this makes sense to you. Let me know what you think of it. And let me know if you've been in a situation where you had to go high, right? You had to go high and you made some decisions around it, and you see how much better your life is for it, for going high, right? Because if you went a different way, that conversation or that experience could have went a totally different way for you, right? Totally different way, and perhaps turned out negatively in a way that doesn't support you or the other person, right? So let me know what you think. Put it in the comments here, and then share it. Share the page. Invite someone over to join us on this page. We have a lot of fun. And then whatever platform you are watching this on, because I tend to share across all of my platforms, join me on some of my pages. Again, my business page is You're More Than Their Mother, and my private page where we discuss a little bit more. Sometimes I take the conversation a little bit more extended out and provide many instances of personal examples and just give other information, really personal development type of information. Join us on hashtag YMTTM. Right? And that stands for You're More Than Their Mother. And lastly, if you're just saying, you know what, Sherlyn, I'm just enjoying the videos. Perhaps I don't want to join any of those. Look up the hashtag YMTTMTV and just enjoy the catalog of videos. All righty? All righty. Either way, I appreciate you stopping by and leaving some feedback for me. All righty. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you next time. But until we speak again, remember, it's time to move beyond everyone else's expectations of who you ought to be and become the woman you thought that you could be. Bye.